Hey guys, Retro Tony here again with another pickup video. And I have a pretty cool pickup today, and I will explain. I also have some games to show you all, but this is pretty cool. Let me show you guys what I got. It's called the Sportorama. Okay, it is from 1975. There it is. There's the marquee, if you want to call it that. But this is from 1975. It is a Pong machine. Okay, and I'll show you guys the control panel here. But basically, what it is, it's like 4 games in one, and it could be a 2-player game or 4-player game, but it's really, really cool. And it needs some work. Okay, it needs some serious work, mechanical work. It works. I can get it to play, but it needs some work. Okay, very cool. It is a little rough, to say the least. It's missing the back. Okay, and here's what it looks like. Okay, there's not a whole lot of light there. Okay, but it is missing the back. And it is very, very cool to have that. Okay. I kind of had my eye on it for a while, and I got it for a really good price and trade. And honestly, what I plan on doing with it is I want to learn the ropes of how to fix arcade machines. I kind of want to get a little bit more knowledgeable, some of the old school stuff. And apparently this thing, the Sportorama, okay, this thing is pretty valuable, pretty rare if you fix it up. I can't find a thing on the internet. I'm actually going to post something later today about it on one of the arcade groups I'm in, just to get some info on it and maybe a better value on it. Okay, but it's really neat. Like, I'll even coin up for you guys. Okay, let me back up a little bit. And I can't get it to work. Yeah, hear that? See, it works, and it has this little bit of an issue with it. And this knob right here is not working. This one should be moving. Okay, you could switch the games. And see, I can move here, I can move there. Can't move here, but I can move here. And it goes to 11 once you score 11. So it's pretty neat. Kind of way before my time. Kind of very, very primitive, old school. And it needs some TLC for sure. And I would like to learn how to fix this. So there's that. My Sportorama. So far, I've owned 2 arcade machines. Okay, in my lifetime, and I'm slowly gonna get maybe 1 or 2 more. Okay. So there's that, and I'll come back at you with my games. So that was my Sportorama. Pretty cool, huh? Like I said, I got a really, really, really good deal on it. My buddy Bubby helped me haul it home and get it down in my basement. It really wasn't that hard to get down here. It's relatively small, and it's actually going to help me gauge when I get more arcade machines, like in the future. That's going to be a long time from now. But just a couple shout outs. Really cool shout outs, actually. Okay. This is a thrift store in Eldon, Missouri. They're called Oscar's Thrifty Treasures. You can't really see the card too well. But met the owner today. Met the workers today. They have a lot of games. And talked to the owner. She is actually a collector. Video game collector. We got to talking. She's like, hey, are you interested in my stuff? I could take you to close to my house, and we can go check it out. So she's really cool. This will be in a future video. Some of the stuff we saw, but she's in Eldon. If you check her out, her prices are right on. She was really cool. Glad to meet her. Glad to have a connection, and she's going to be contacting me again. Okay. Now, this is where I got hooked up, okay, with my Sportorama. Okay. It is Budget PC Sales and Services. It's in Eldon. And he also specializes in retro video games. Okay, there's like his ad. I'm going to keep that in here. He's got the Atari 2600 in here. There's the NES. Okay, and there's where he's at. Okay, so I have done business with this guy for years now. Years with an S. And he has hooked me up before. I've talked about it before on my channel. He's hooked me up with some 5200 stuff, some 3DO stuff, some Atari stuff, some NES stuff, you name it. SNES, you name it. Okay, so he's really cool. Glad that we're able to keep this going. He hooked me up. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So let's get into this. I don't have a whole lot to show off from this week's pickups. If I can put my stuff away. So let's get to my Facebook finds first. Okay. These were found off of Facebook. Oh, not these. Some Cube stuff. Dragon Ball Z Sagas. I have it on PS2. Now, Cube. Need for Speed Carbon. I have that for PS2. Now I have it for Cube. And Pac-Man Versus and Pac-Man World 2. Pretty cool. Got those for cheap. Also went to Goodwill today. And Salvation Army. I got SOCOM, Tactical Strike, Coated Arms, a PS2 controller, pretty cool. I think that's, oh, let me get to that. My stuff's a little bit jumbled. And I got these. Well, I got this at Salvation Army ASB 05 All-Star Baseball 2005. I don't see this very often, so that's why I picked it up. MX 2002. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Didn't have that one. Ready to Rumble Boxing 2. Round 2, rather. And Woohoo. And 1. Street Ball. Beach Volleyball Street Summer Heat, actually. That's a clean title. And the rest of the stuff, well, let me get to this. I also got this from that game store, PC Repair Shop. I got, this is a Super Nintendo Game Saver Plus. I'm going to have to read up on it to see how it works. Obviously, I'm not going to use it, okay? It's kind of a conversation piece, collector's piece, but Right here, I guess you put your AA batteries. You actually put your game right in here. And this is going to, like, if you want to play, keep your game on overnight, I guess. It's going to keep it on. It's going to protect it. And this goes to the SNES, it says. Alright, cool, whatever. Now, this I got from the thrift store. Okay, the thrift store called Oscar's Thrifty Treasures. Okay, I didn't get them from the ladies. It looked like an old pawn shop. Okay, and it wasn't in operation. I'll get to that here in a second. But I did not have this. I'm getting closer. I'm chipping away at my 64 collection. Micro Machines 64 Turbo. Very cool. Didn't have it. I also got, this is funny, BMX Triple X. Oh boy. I also got this pretty cool NES game, Phantom Fighter. You don't hardly ever find NES stuff at a thrift store. And yeah, I did pay $8. That's what it's worth. Okay. And the last little bit, this is where we went, and this is where that like old pawn shop area was at. Her shop, she called it. Okay, and she hooked me up. Okay, pretty cool. Nothing like super rare. There was, I'm not gonna ruin it from our video we're gonna post on here, but there was some pretty cool stuff I already had, but it was still cool to see it again. Okay, Out to Lunch, Super Nintendo. Spawn, Super NES. It's actually called Spawn the video game. I actually remember renting this game when I was a kid. And I got some cheap Atari 2600 stuff. This is weird. I've never seen this before. Pigs in Space, starring Miss Piggy. That is such a weird cover. Man, that's so cool. Okay. Space War. Never had this in my collection. Sorcerer. Pretty cool. Didn't have it. Fast Food. It's kind of a weird. Look at that. Like the lips eating the like hot dogs and stuff. I remember Mike did a playthrough of that. And this is radical. I knew this existed. Stevie was like, oh my gosh, they made this. Star Fox. No affiliation to Nintendo, okay. But it's pretty cool. And then the last game, I'm going to have to look up the title. I don't know what it is. It's a Japanese 64 game. I mean, I could look it up pretty easily. But she hooked me up for that. She was really cool. We got to talking a lot, and like what she collects. She collects RPGs. And like Donkey Kong, Super Mario Brothers stuff. And we got to talking, you know, she collects Super Nintendo, 64. That's like where most of her collection's at. And, you know, I understand. I collect a little bit of everything. And it was still cool to talk to a fellow collector and to be hooked up. She really hooked me up with this stuff. Okay, so thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. It was a fun trip. I'm glad I got the Sportorama. I'm probably going to fix it up. Okay, and go from there. I don't know how to fix those up. I might do a little John's Arcade kind of stuff. If you don't know who he is, go check out his channel. He is awesome. John's Arcade. Okay, he basically kind of did what we did today, but he does it, that's all he does. Okay, or Arcade Impossible. Arcade Impossible is another really good channel where they go and they pick up arcade machines and try to restore them, fix them, buy, sell, trade, all that stuff. Okay, so hey guys, some pretty cool stuff coming out through this channel here soon. We're going to be having our first episode of very similar in the same vein as like the Game Chasers. A lot of comedy in there, and we'll see if you guys enjoy it. A lot of video game stuff in there, a lot of legends. So check it out once it comes out, hopefully tomorrow or the next day. But hey guys, I hope you're having a great day. I hope that everything's going well for you and that you're enjoying what you're doing. And I really appreciate the views. I really do. I really appreciate the comments and the thumbs ups. Okay, even the thumbs downs. Okay, I want more of these than this, but it helps. Okay, every little bit helps. And I would please ask you guys subscribe to me. If you're watching me, we're gonna have more content, better content, and we'll go from there. So hey guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.